All right, let's take a look. For those of you that didn't want to do this on your own, no issues. And if you get to the final exam and you see a problem like that and you don't want to do it, just call me over and say, like, you know what, this is beneath me. You take care of this one. And then I'll come over and take care of it for you, okay? You do have to graph both of these. And so let's go ahead and clear off those graphs. The first one's going to be e to the x minus 3. Now, where is the e? It is second and the ln. That will bring up e. And you're going to type in e to the x minus 3. And then you're going to do 7x plus 4. Now, when we do that, we hope that they cross. Notice the word I used there was hope. Got to have hope. And I would submit to you that they do cross because this graph here that you see that's going... Oh. Don't need any comments from you. This graph here, I'll just trace it with my little pointer. Actually comes all the way over here, yes? It's negative infinity to infinity for the domain. So this is actually coming all the way over here. So it's going to cross right in there somewhere. Now, where is that? Second calc, intersect, first curve, second curve, guess. We should get the first one pretty easy. And by pretty easy, I mean, it ought to just tell us. Now, here's the thing. And I say this with a great deal of love in my heart. And not learning the darn thing from my dad ever taught me. Which is, if you have to say no offense, don't say it. But no offense. If you look at the choices on a multiple choice test, and you see like answer A is, negative 0.57 and 0.03. 0.03. Right? And you see something like this. Okay? And then you see answer B, which is negative 0.57, 0.03. And then there's also some other ordered pair there. And the only one you got was this one, and you didn't get this one. I don't know how to say this nicely, but you screwed up. No one ever gives you two answers as a distractor just for the hell of it. Like, if I were going to write a question and go, okay, y'all, solve 3x plus 7 equals 10. I wouldn't go like this. Answer A, x equals 1. Answer B, x equals 1 or x equals negative 4. I wouldn't do that. Like, that would be dumb. Okay? Wouldn't do that at all. So if you see me write two answers, there's a reason why I'm writing two answers. Case in point. Solve x plus 7 equals 10. If you see me write 3 negative 17, and all you got was 3, and you didn't get negative 17, there's a good chance that you don't know what the hell you're doing. Why? Because I wouldn't give you two answers for no good reason. Now, I do give you two answers sometimes, right? And I give you two answers, and the second answer is not right. But if you get one answer, and then you look, Sarah, and you see one of them has your answer plus another number, I would tell you, more times than not, you're probably supposed to choose the one that has the extra answer in it. Okay? Now, if you get, say, for example, a problem like, this, where you get, x squared and x plus 6, and then you get two answers, and you get 3 and negative 2, and then you look at the choices and you see 3, negative 2, and then you see just 3, this should be scary to you. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? If you got 2, and you see your 2, plus you see one of them that doesn't have the other answer, you better have a pretty good reason why you want to keep it. And the answer better not be, well, I got it. No, we're trying to tell you something. Like, hey, go back and look. There's something to be told you there. If you just get one answer and you see 2 of them, I'm trying to tell you something. Listen to me. Okay? Because we don't do it just for the hell of it. Like, we don't just go, well, let's just throw 2 answers out there. We'll see who we can screw up this time. That's not the way it works. Okay? The only time we give you 2 answers is when there's 2 possible answers. All right? So what am I saying? If you just get this and you go, okay, I'm done. And then you see that and you're like, yeah, baby, hey. Why are they doing this? This is stupid. I'm not a fool. I'm not going to fall for that. You better. You better at least consider it anyway. Okay? Now, how do you find that other point? That other point is up here. So that other point is way up here somewhere. So you got to zoom out. Now, I don't know how to do this. I'm going to take the Y max because that's the value that I'm missing. And I'm going to switch it from 10 to 100. Okay? You see, people in the service industry will tell you, when it comes to tips, just start adding zeros to the end. Eventually you'll get to a good one. Okay, Sarah? So if you're going to leave them $1, don't do that. Leave them 10. And if 10 is not good enough, go to 100. Just start putting zeros down. It works for all kinds of things in life. See? Works for all kinds of things. All right? Now we see that, hey, it does cross a second time. Where does it cross at? Second calc intersect. First curve, second curve. Don't press enter there. Move it closer to this point. Yep. And then you'll have your second point.
Okay. I actually got that one without having to notice the screen. I just kept on pressing it up until I thought it was close to the intersection.
And then you hit enter?
And I got that same thing.
That's fine too. You got to be careful. I don't know how that works. And for those of you that didn't hear, because the microphone's not pointing to what she was just saying, what she said was she left it on this window and then hit second calc intersect, first curve, second curve, and then just started moving to the right till she felt like she was moved far enough. I'm not exactly sure how that works, where you just keep arbitrarily moving it. I guess if you move it and it's not far enough, it comes backwards. And you go like this. That wasn't far enough. But I guess it would ultimately give you the answer there somewhere. So, yeah. I think if it's too far off the screen, it might mess you up. But I will tell you that on the final exam, if I had my way, and I do have my way a little bit sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, I'm big on moving graphs off the screen so you don't see them. Okay? Some of you will say jerk. Others of you will go, he really wants us to understand. Okay. I prefer the second. Okay? All right, any questions on that? All right, moving ahead. Does everybody understand what I'm trying to say about the 2 answers and the 1 answer? That's huge. Because I see it on the final exam all the time where, I walk around and I see people putting the answers. And understand that that's a very torturous time for me. As I walk around and I see what you're doing and I'm going, no! And I want to just go like this. Be careful! Oh, man, I would be really careful with that answer. Hey! No. Just be careful. Okay? I do so want to sometimes come around and tell you that what you're doing is not right, or I see you get one answer and there's two answers sitting there and you're not even contemplating the other one, and I'm like, gosh, you don't even know the answer exists. So be careful. All right. This is the one that everybody said was the easy one. I don't understand it. We've never even done completing the square until yesterday. So
I love it. I love it. I love circles.
no kidding. That's the sound of a great instructor, I think. All right. Take the middle term, divide by 2. 6 divided by 2 squared. You're going to get 9. If you add 9 to this side, you must also add it to this side. Hey, what we got to do with the 15? Where does the 15 go? Move that to the other side as well, yes? Now, the 10, you got to take 10 divided by 2. What are you going to get? 5 squared is 25. So if you add 25 here, you must also add it here. So you get x squared plus 6x plus 9 plus y squared plus 10y plus 25 equals 49. I had somebody come up to me. I've been teaching for 6 weeks, so this would have been about 3 weeks ago, doing a problem like this, and came up and goes, small problem. I go, what happened? He goes, it doesn't factor after I get done. That is a small problem. Okay, if this does not factor, translation, erase. It's supposed to factor x plus 3 squared, y plus 5 squared equals 49. What's the center? -3, -5 is the center. And the radius is? Radius is 7. Okay. All right, lastly, center is 2, -3 through 5, 4. I think when it comes to problems like this, here's what I see most people do. X minus 2 squared, y plus 3 squared equals partial credit. Okay? Like, they come up like, well, do I get points for getting the left side? I got the left side. What's the right side? Well, I don't know, but I should get half credit because there's 2 sides and I got half of it. How do you figure out the radius? Okay. You could use the distance formula. Good answer. You could use the distance formula. You could try to graph it, although that might take you into a little bit of a quandrum. The distance formula would work, but I don't even remember that. I mean, that was like 15 weeks ago. But I think it might be square root
of
x2 minus
plus x1 squared minus.
No, it's minus x.
No. X2 minus x1. Sorry.
x2 minus x1
Plus
y2 minus y1.
Sure. Sounds good.
That's alright.
Is that right?
Yes.
Let's ask Siri. What's the distance formula?
Okay, check it out.
Distance is a numerical description of how far something is. In the absence of Siri, ask the professor. That's correct. All right. I was actually kidding. I hope you all thought I didn't. Surely there's nobody who thought I didn't know that.
You've been having enough day today.
Played it off.
So really, yeah.
I think you didn't know when you played it off.
Actually, I did know. The day I don't know that, I'm going to quit. I'm just going to take 2 weeks off, and then I'm just going to quit altogether. So 5, 4, 5 minus 2 squared plus 4 plus 3 squared. This is the easiest way to do it. Isn't this point of solution?
Sure.
It's on the graph, right? The graph's the solution to the... So plug it in. What do you get? 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 squared is 9. Plus 4 plus 3 is 7. Squared is 49. That is equal to what? 58. So it's... The equation is x minus 2 squared plus y plus 3 squared equals 58. Tim, if you did it this way, where you use the distance formula, you would end up getting the square root of 58, okay? And then you'd have to square that to put it into your equation, because remember your equation is r squared. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay? And by the way, if you'd like to take a look, if you square both sides, d squared equals x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Anybody know what that formula looks like? It's the center radius of a circle. Okay. All right. With that being said, I mean, it's change out the x2, put in the x, change out the y2, put in the y, and basically have a formula for a circle. Okay. All right. So, with that being said, we're going to stop right there.